Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. I did not have out a Tuesday reading because I just was, I don't know what it is with health issues this year, but it just seems to be one thing after another. So, last couple of years actually. So, anyway, and I just could not get to it. So, and it's important to connect when I do make a video. So, and hey, little baby. So anyway, hi, I'm Holly, psychic medium energy reader, and I will use cards in just a second. We will get to it sooner than we did last time. If you are so inclined, please like the video once we get into it and you decide if you like it or not. Of course, if you haven't subscribed, it would really help if you subscribe to the channel too. So, I like to start with the vibe and the energy since I am predominantly an energy reader. So, the vibe and the energy. I saw two mugs. One had the message, "Life is beautiful" on it, but I settled on this one. Yeah. Faith, hope, and love. Just making sure. Faith, hope, and love. And it feels as though we are living in one of those made-for-TV shows that is a spoof of a science fiction thriller. Seriously. It feels like that's how ludicrous things have become in this country. So, and yes, I am saying that out loud. It is ridiculous. So, it's important to hold on to what we believe and what we know to be true in our lives. And I found myself today asking for guidance and personal help, and I was given this download of affirmations, just boom, that fast. And I was like, oh my gosh, when you have to write them down really quickly or forget it. Isn't that right, little baby? And so do what you need to do, whether it's a walk in nature or soaking in a salt bath or drinking a cup of herbal tea or just loving your little babies. Whatever it is you need to do, remember to always reach out to spirit, and that is the vibe, and that is the energy, and that's why I saw Life is Beautiful, because I argued a little bit about it, and that's why I ended up seeing this right after and settling on it, the Faith, Hope, and Love mug. So we will get through whatever is plaguing us, ailing us, whatever it is. We will get through. We are living in a different world now. We still have to do our part, but we are living in a different world than our parents, grandparents, or for some, maybe even great-grandparents were living in. So yeah. Just remember, hold on to what is your truth. And remember how beautiful you are outwardly, inwardly, your soul. Remember how beautiful you are. And hold that light close to yourself, okay? It is your connection to the all that is. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right. You know, I always think I'm going to start with one deck, and then I end up getting drawn to another. So let's see what the reading is for the collective today. The Ancestral Path Tarot. All right, and I am really going to do my best to get a reading out for the rest of the week, every day for the rest of the, through Friday. But if I miss a day, please understand I am, yeah, it's been like that a couple of weeks. I'll have a really good day, and then I'll have a bad day, and today is one of those, I'm really working on it. So, but I wanted to come on today. It was important. It was important. So there's a message. There's a message that needs to be heard. There's something that needs to be understood or learned. And I know I'm not as involved in the comments as I once might have been, but I just feel like I'm doing too much. And I can't really help it. So, hi baby, baby. All right. I'm just pulling until I'm being told to stop because these are the ones that are really huge. So I have to kind of do hand over hand with them, this kind of like this. And then I just like, all right, both of these are not letting loose. It's not just an example. All right, I'm going to put those over here on the top. They want to be left separate. All right, one more. Is there one more? Maybe two more. I feel like there might be two more. Got a lot of cards out here, though. This one and what else? I feel like there's one more. There's something else that's going to be the culminating, overarching, dominant energy that's going to, I just heard be released. Okay. They're saying not look at this one, but look at the one underneath it. Yes, this one. Oh, that's a tough one. Okay. All right. Well, whatever reason, let's take a look and see what's going on. All right. So here's what we have in this deck. Okay. We have the Chariot. The Scale, I love these cards. I don't know why I do, but I do. I love these cards, and the images are all very in-depth and interesting, and they look like they were paintings at some point. But the scale is so far off, and I feel like that's part of this, because I know those are lions, but I swear to God, they could be corgis with a big mane. I mean, look at those little tiny short legs and that big old mane and the big chariot and the big... Okay. Something about the scale of things is wrong. Something about there's either it's a person or situation who wants to, I feel like it's a person who wants to rush in and do something, but they don't have what it takes to do it, because they, like a lion is a massive, powerful animal, but they've got like 2-inch legs. You know, the scale is all wrong. And it's not just that the mane is covering it. So this is part of the message. Help me out, Spirit, because this is a bizarre one. When the time is right, the evolution and growth will happen in a way that it needs to, so that you can pick up the pace and those around you will pick up the pace. If you feel like you're stalling, that's it. If you feel like you're stalling and your wheels are spinning or your feet are moving, kind of like the old cartoons where the person is, their feet are moving, but they're not going anywhere. They're going in a circle. That's what this feels like. That's the scale issue that's a problem. However, when the right season comes along, when the right time period comes along, there's going to be so much evolution and growth that it's sort of like, boom, the body catches up with or the legs catch up with the body, and then it's pure raw power. That's an interesting read on that. Okay. It feels like the Four Cups, this is part of the stalled out feeling. It feels like things are on hold. And I just saw the word may in my mind. So something is on hold. This is a Four of Cups. Is that a time frame? Not in this instance, but this is about the stalling out. So things may continue to feel this way until May. I was thinking maybe April if that was a time frame, but no, it's May. Oh, we got a lot of fours here and variations on 4. Okay, so we've got 4 of Cups, 4 of Staves, which is wand, or wands, staffs, whatever you want to call them. It's fire. We have the Hanged One, then we have the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Staves, the 9 of Swords, the 6 of Staves. We got a whole lot of odd things going on here. And then we finish out with the 8 of Cups. All right, and I don't think this is the way it was with the reading we had the other day with it. I think this is what I just preemptively heard is this is walking away from this situation, this quagmire. That's what it feels like. It feels like a quagmire. All right, and that might be what happens when the lion has its evolutionary growing spurt and the legs catch up with the body. All right, so we've got this chariot that actually feels more stalled than motion. We have a Four of Cups who's right in the thick of the stalled out energy, and that will not change, I'm getting, until, in effect, you're going to see the truth of it, you're going to feel it, but it's going to be May before the wheels start rolling again instead of spinning in place. Four of Staves. Reflection. Asking for help. So someone's going to be asking for help. The Hanged One, they're going to see a situation in a new light. The Eight of Swords. Someone's standing back, watching, waiting, protecting their turf, but it feels more like spying in this situation. And then the Nine of Staves. This person wants so desperately, like in the coins, to harvest a crop. But everything feels like it's withering and dying on the vine. And there's no idea why. That's part of the stalled out frustration. Maybe that's why someone is going for advice. Maybe that's why it's going to take looking at things from a different perspective. Then we have the Nine of Swords. This person is absolutely beside him or herself. They have no idea what to do next. They just need to stop and reflect and perhaps get some clarification by asking for help from those who are the people that they trust closest to them. The Six of Staves. Now this looks like more like a Chariot card when it's moving fast. So this is the Six of Wands. Staffs, whatever. This is when the lions become fully formed. They're not like those little kittens stumbling over themselves. All of a sudden they can leap and bound and do amazing things. So this is when you are at your rock bottom and it's the dark night of the soul, that's usually when the greatest growth happens. And then it ends with the Eight of Cups. And this is someone who has become a master of themselves, their mind, their spirituality. They become the enlightened one because that person, and I'm sure it's like in Arthurian legend, it would be Arthur. Not Arthur, but Merlin. Yeah. Merlin. So this is someone who has the power of divination and the power to make things happen by thought. And they're walking straight toward Stonehenge and away from the mundane of this world that has been dragging them down. That has it's made them feel like they're spinning their wheels. We need to figure out what this is about. Yeah. This deck. All right, so I'm going to use the Golden Wheel Tarot, and I'm asking for help to understand what this reading is about. It could be any number of things, and maybe it's meant, the content of it is meant, or the specifics of it, the direction of it, maybe it's meant to be left general so that you'll know if it's yours. But someone is coming into their own. But I feel like there is a specific story to be told here. There is a specific message to be told here. So the person who has not taken that last step into their evolutionary path of enlightenment, that is why they feel like they're spinning their wheels. Soon they will have had enough. They will seek help. They will seek guidance. And it may not be from another human. It could be from the spirit realm. And when they do, that's when that dark night of the soul and reaching rock bottom will lead them to their greatest, I just heard the word victory. So we'll see what that's about. Can you give me some specifics? And this may be one of many ways this could be read, okay? What area of life is this about? Spirit guides and guardians, Mother and Father God, please step into this. Okay, half the deck just went into my other hand. Okay, Knight of Cups. So this is about someone's scale looks off on this too. What is going on here? Big bodies, little legs. You know, normal sized bodies on the horse and the man. Little tiny short legs. What the heck? Am I just seeing things? Because that has happened where before I was doing a reading with this one lady and I had to ask her, do you have green hair? Because I know it's not green, but it looks green to me. And it was almost, I mean, it was so dark brown. It was extremely dark brown. And, but she has a very strong connection to the elemental world. And I remember this, and it was years ago. So I'm wondering, am I just seeing things? Or is the scale normal on that? But I don't think it is. So just like I don't think it was normal on that Chariot card. So this is still coming up. Help me to understand what this is about, Spirit. Stunted growth. This is, I do not understand what is going on here. Okay, so Spirit guides and guardians, please step in. Help me to understand. What does the collective need to know about this? For those who will resonate with this reading, what do they need to know? They're giving me that old saying, about insanity, about what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing you've always done, but expecting a different outcome. So, stunted growth in any area of life. But this is cups, so this is going to be your emotional wellness. A stunted lack of willingness to change or grow will cause the same outcome it always has caused in the past. So, in order to get out of that spinning your wheels, in order to get to that point, and you may have to go through it, you may have to go through that dark night of the soul, but they said I was looking at this bottom one, and they said, pick it up. It's important. I have a feeling I'm reading off the bottom of the deck right now. Empress. If you don't make changes, and you can do what you want to do, this is a general reading, but if this is your reading and you choose to stay in this stunted place without looking at change, without looking at who we really are, and I'm including myself in this, so how will we ever have the maturity, the vitality to become an empress? And whether you're an empress or an emperor, it doesn't matter. It's about your ability to govern and make change. And that is within your own life. Now, the next card was important for me to pick up too. This is the Ace of Swords. And that is a really ferocious snake. The Ace of Swords is typically going to be a positive card. And it's a card of intuition, insight, downloads, all of that. Now, when I look at this with a snake, snakes for me reference spirit carriers, connection, connecting with your ancestors. That's what it means to me personally. So if you put these two together, even though it's kind of scary, sometimes when we have to delve into the darkest places and recesses of our mind, of the mind, or, you know, going back to that, if you keep doing the same old things you've always done, you're going to keep getting the same old outcome. That is why it's important. Connect to your intuition, connect to your divinity, and connect to your ancestors, not the ones who have not transitioned and might still be mean as ever, mean as a snake, as they say, but all those who have transitioned, even the ones that you didn't get along with, now will have your back 100%. I know this, okay? I've seen it in many, many instances. So I'm talking about those who have fully transitioned. And these could be not just relatives who have passed, but truly ancestors from the long ago past. They may have already come in and incarnated and gone back out a few times. But call on those that you share a connection with, whether it's through this lifetime DNA or they could be part of your soul family. And that is a very strong likelihood. All right, I got a guy here again. I've got an older man who likes to step in. Yeah, no kidding, man. Okay. All right. Oh, jeez. My God, you gotta be kidding me. All right. All right. I think this, yeah, that's the end. I don't have to take those other ones. So the man that is here is one who has been coming around a lot. Okay. He's an older man. He hasn't been gone too terribly long. And by that, I mean, it could, just in a few years range, that kind of thing. All right. Are you going to give me a little more information this time and stay with me? Because I'm pretty sure I know who you are. Okay. I'm not going to make it about you. What is it that you want the collective to know? Page of Wands. Six of Cups. The Lovers. Knight of Swords. This one is proportional. And then the Two of Cups. Now, something I think you need to look at when you see this with the Lovers card. This middle person is actually with this person, but kind of looking over here at this other one. And there is a scroll in the hand. Actually, he's not looking at either one. He's looking straight ahead. I think in confusion. All right. And this is a spirit who is completely transitioned, so everything's fine there. What do you want me to say? Okay, let me preface this by saying it's kind of, it's a tough love message. Let's focus on the love part of it, the loving energy part of it, instead of the tough part of it. Hi, little baby. Mwah. Page of Wands. This is coming in with fire and passion, but youthfulness. A little, maybe too much focus on the youthfulness. Okay? In other words, he wants me to just say it out loud or he's going to go away. All right, grow up. That's what he's saying. That first part of the reading, apparently that's it. It's time to deal with things. All right. Six of Cups. This is a card of going back to the past, remembering where you come from and who you are. Those are the keys to unlock something about the future. This is someone who chooses not to be completely upfront with me, so he thinks it's funny and laughing. Great, thank you. Going back to the past, understand where you come from, who you are, start recreating some traditions that are on the verge of being lost. Oh, my forehead itches. Oh, I'm sorry, you all. Okay, then now there's two. A male and a female. Female's got very different energy. Huh, this is interesting. Okay, I'm going to put this down for now because we need to help her move on. I don't think she's moved on. Ooh. There's a certain sadness coming from this woman. Open the gateway, please. It's okay. If you don't know, you don't know. Oh, gosh, look at that. She has family waiting for her. Everything's fine and everyone will be fine. You don't have to wait. Okay. Okay. There's like residual energy here. You have to go with her. You have to go with her. Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay. There was more than one. There were a lot of little bitties. Very connected. Close together. Definitely more than one. That's why she was here, because she felt like she had to. She couldn't leave any of these little beings behind, which is so weird and so odd. They never get left behind. That never happens. We'll never say never. Oh. Okay. So all of that is good. All of that has moved on. People in the living who are currently living have been carrying on or carrying with them the weight of loss because there was a lack of movement. Maybe that was my frustration and annoyance, because now I don't feel annoyed or frustrated at all. Okay. And the man is here now, and even he feels different. He's like, okay, we can move on now. Everything's good. We can move on now. Okay. I'm just going to let him talk. Everything is okay because everyone is where they are supposed to be right now. And I feel like he's talking about the ones who have moved on. If you hear a lot of purring, I'm sorry. She's right next to my microphone and I forgot about that. Strangest reading ever. Hold on, honey. You can't chew on that, baby. I bet I start feeling better soon too, because I feel like I've been carrying stuff. It's not mine to carry. Okay. Yeah. It was impossible for things to happen for whomever this reading was for until those energies transitioned fully, and there were a lot of them. an adult, and a whole lot of little tiny energies. But they were not, yeah, it was just an odd situation. Meredith, honey, you just keep trying to chew on that zipper. Yeah, I'm a little discombobulated now. And it feels like it's been ramping up and up and up and up. And I guess this was the lid of the pot bubbling over. If this resonates with anyone, please just give me a thumbs up or write yes or whatever. You don't have to go into detail because this feels incredibly personal. I'm going to do... No, they just want me to... I'm going to let I need to let this man, he's half turning and going back into the light and kind of still here. Is there anything else I need to know to communicate? Rest, be well. Tomorrow, everyone will feel like a new person. Okay, and since this is your Wednesday reading and I'm making it on Tuesday, last night, which when you see this, it will be last night into this morning, really check in with your feelings, with where you are. I feel as though there may be a lifting of spirit or one's spirits or energy or mood, and it's not going to be as dense. Now, I'm asking about May because I'm seeing May again. So if that happens now, has the timeline moved up, or is that... No, there's still going to be some smoothing out the bumpy parts of the road, but in May is when the light switch turns on. And there is a full integration of mind, body, and spirit, and wellness and wholeness truly begins. May is going to be an important month. I think it's going to be we're going to start feeling it in the latter part of April, but April into May, and I think all of May. They're not even letting me see June at this point because May is going to be that pivotal. We've got to get through that and figure out what's going on. But I do feel like there's going to be an evolutionary shift, and it's going to be impactful, and it's going to be empowering. And for the next few days, there could be a lot of really strong emotions happening, just because what just crossed over... I feel like I can even take a deep breath, and this isn't for me, but I even feel like I can take a deep breath for the first time in, oh my gosh, quite some time. Even in the realm of like months. So, okay, I'm going to leave it there. I will try to do a reading for Thursday, but don't be surprised if I'm not back until Friday. There's just a whole lot going on right now, it seems like, and I need to let things settle. I need to let my body settle, and yeah. So I'm not doing a whole lot but muttering now. So I am going to go ahead and I think I'm going to rest the rest of this evening because I think I need to. And I am sending you all... I just feel overwhelmed with gratitude and love right now. I have so much gratitude and love for people I don't even know. I just feel it overflowing. It's like a cup is overflowing. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of a wonderful community. Yeah, thank you for being you. All right, you perfect souls, you. Sometimes we just have to understand that there's a lot of drama and trauma wrapped up in being human. So I'm wishing you all the best. Be well and take care of yourselves, okay? And we will talk very, very soon.